Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. A real man falls harder for a woman who knows what she won't tolerate. You see, too many women think that giving everything up front makes a man stay. But the truth is, the more a woman rejects certain things, the more a man realizes she's not just another option, she's the standard. A man's respect grows when a woman values herself above his charm. Now, that right there is a truth that most women overlook. You see, ladies, men are natural pursuers. We love the chase, we love the challenge, and most of all, we love the woman who makes us earn it. But when a woman meets a man and instantly gets swept up in his charm, his smooth talk, his compliments, his attention, she starts to lower her guard without even knowing it. And the moment she does that, the balance shifts. A man doesn't respect what's too easy for him to get. He admires the woman who knows how to enjoy his charm but doesn't get lost in it. When a woman values herself more than she values a man's attention, that's when she stands out, because every woman can be pretty, but not every woman can be rare. And rare doesn't mean unavailable. It means selective. It means she's not impressed by temporary interest. It means she's watching his consistency more than his conversation. That kind of woman makes a man think, hold up, I can't just show up halfway with her. She makes him want to show his best self because he sees she won't settle for anything less. A woman who values herself isn't cold, she's confident. She doesn't chase validation, she radiates it. You can see it in how she talks, how she walks, how she carries herself. When she says no to things that don't align with her worth, it's not arrogance, it's self-respect. And men notice that. Even the ones who act like they don't, they feel it. There's something about a woman who knows her value that humbles even the most charming man. Because charm can get attention, but it can't get commitment. Respect does. The truth is, charm is surface. It's a show. But self-worth, that's substance. When a man sees a woman who doesn't fall for sweet talk, he realizes he can't win her over with games. He's got to bring honesty, consistency, and purpose. And once a man feels that challenge, once he realizes she's not one of those easy to impress women, that's when his respect for her multiplies. He starts to measure himself differently around her. He starts thinking before he speaks, planning before he acts, because he knows she's not one to be fooled or flattered into submission. When a woman sets that standard early, when she says through her actions, I am not impressed by effort that comes cheap, she raises the whole relationship. Because now she's teaching him how to treat her without saying a word. And the man who truly wants her will rise to meet that energy. He'll stop trying to charm her and start trying to keep her. And that's when real love begins. Because a man may chase beauty, but he'll commit to value. And nothing makes a man love and respect a woman more than watching her value herself above every sweet word he could ever say. Boundaries are the true language of self-worth. When a woman understands this, she stops explaining herself and starts demonstrating her value through her standards. See, A boundary isn't about pushing people away. It's about teaching them how to come close to you the right way. Most women think that setting boundaries will scare a man off. But here's the truth. The wrong man will leave because of your boundaries, and the right man will love you for them. A man doesn't truly respect a woman until he runs into her line and realizes, oh, she's not like the rest. She knows what she deserves. Every strong, self-respecting woman has invisible lines that define what she will and will not tolerate. Those lines are not about control. They're about clarity. They say, I know who I am, and I know how I deserve to be treated. A man might be used to playing games or testing limits, but the moment he meets a woman who calmly and confidently enforces her standards, something shifts inside him. He may resist at first, but deep down, that resistance turns into respect, because every man craves structure, even if he pretends he doesn't. And a woman with boundaries gives him just that, not control, but accountability. When a woman doesn't have boundaries, she becomes emotionally exhausted. She says yes when she wants to say no, forgives too soon, accepts too little, and then wonders why she feels drained. But when she starts to draw those lines, she begins to protect her peace. She doesn't react out of fear of losing him. She responds from a place of loving herself. That's when a man starts to see her differently. He may have met plenty of women who gave in easily, but now he's face to face with someone who won't bend for attention. That's when he starts asking himself what he's willing to change to keep her in his life. Boundaries are attractive because they show discipline, and discipline is rare. When a man sees that you won't allow disrespect, inconsistency, or half-hearted effort, he realizes that your heart is not for sale. It has to be earned. That kind of woman doesn't argue to prove her worth. She enforces it through action. She doesn't chase him when he pulls away. She steps back and lets him see what losing her peace really costs. And trust me, that silence speaks louder than any words ever could. The beauty of a woman with boundaries is that she forces growth in the man who wants her. She doesn't nag him to change. She inspires it. Her boundaries create balance. They separate the man who wants to play from the man who's ready to stay. And once a man sees that her limits are not walls, but lessons, he'll start to realize something powerful. She's not trying to control him. She's helping him become worthy of her love. Because boundaries don't block love, they build it. They create a space where only respect can survive. And the man who learns that, he'll love her for life. The things a woman refuses define her more than what she accepts. A man can be impressed by how a woman dresses, how she talks, or how she carries herself. But what truly captures his respect and admiration is what she doesn't entertain. See, a woman's no holds more power than her yes. Every time she refuses something beneath her standards, she's telling the world who she is, not with words, but with action. A woman who doesn't settle, who walks away from confusion, who says no to half effort, instantly separates herself from the rest. Because men notice what you tolerate. And when they see you can't be easily convinced, manipulated, or swayed, that's when they realize you're not someone they can play with. You're someone they have to rise for. Every time a woman rejects something that compromises her peace, she adds value to her name. The truth is, men are used to women saying yes to everything just to keep the relationship. But when he meets a woman who's not afraid to lose him for the sake of her dignity, that's when he knows he's dealing with a woman of substance. Because she's not moved by temporary feelings, she's led by self-respect. That kind of woman makes a man stop and think. He may not say it out loud, but deep inside, he knows he's in the presence of someone who's not replaceable. Refusal is not arrogance, it's awareness. When a woman refuses to be treated like an option, refuses to chase attention, refuses to beg for clarity, she's not being difficult, she's protecting her worth. And men feel that. A man might test a woman just to see what he can get away with. But when she calmly stands her ground and doesn't react emotionally, that test ends. Because now he knows she's not controlled by fear, she's controlled by standards. And standards change everything. When a woman starts saying no to what drains her, something beautiful happens. Her energy shifts. She becomes lighter, freer, more confident. And that confidence doesn't come from validation. It comes from self-control. A man can sense that kind of woman from across the room. She's not loud, but her silence speaks. She's not desperate for love. She attracts it naturally because her energy says, I'm not available for confusion. I'm only available for peace. And trust me, that kind of energy draws in the kind of man who's tired of playing games. See, love isn't about how much you can give to keep someone around. It's about how much you can refuse to lose yourself in the process. A woman who knows when to walk away, when to stay silent, and when to say, this is not for me, holds the real power, because a man can only value what he can't control. And when he realizes that her love is not automatic, that it must be earned, his whole behavior changes. The woman who refuses the wrong things teaches him how to love her right. Love deepens when a man has to rise to earn it. See, ladies, the truth about men is simple. We don't value what comes easy. We value what challenges us, what makes us grow, what forces us to look in the mirror and become better. When a woman gives her love without requiring effort, a man might enjoy it, but he won't respect it. But when he has to rise, when he has to show consistency, honesty, and maturity just to earn her time, her trust, her presence, that's when his love starts to deepen. Because a man only treasures what he invests himself into. If he had to climb, if he had to change, if he had to prove, then keeping her becomes his mission, not his convenience. A man might not admit it, but he loves the kind of woman who makes him earn her. She's not testing him. She's teaching him. She's showing him that love isn't about chasing pleasure. It's about building purpose. When a man meets a woman who won't settle for his potential but demands his effort, he begins to grow in ways he didn't even expect. He starts showing up differently, not because she forced him, but because she inspired him. She made him realize that being with her is a privilege, not an entitlement. And that's when he starts becoming a better man. See, when everything is handed to us, we take it for granted. But when something requires growth, sacrifice, and consistency, we attach emotion to it. We value it deeply. That's exactly what happens in a man's heart when he meets a woman who makes him rise. He learns patience because she won't rush her trust. He learns discipline because she won't reward inconsistency. He learns accountability because she holds him to a higher standard, and all those lessons build a kind of love that doesn't fade when things get tough. It becomes real, mature, and unshakable. A woman who makes a man rise doesn't have to beg to be loved right. Her energy commands it. She doesn't say, prove your love. She simply lives in a way that makes a man want to. He looks at her and thinks, I can't lose her. I've worked too hard to win her heart. That effort creates emotional investment. And that's when a man's love shifts from desire to devotion. He stops seeing her as someone he wants and starts seeing her as someone he needs. The truth is, love grows when effort meets value. When a man knows that her love wasn't handed to him, but earned through growth and respect, he holds it tighter, because earning something pure changes how you treat it. That's why a woman who makes a man rise doesn't just get his attention, she gets his evolution. She turns a boy into a man and a man into a partner, because the deeper he has to climb for her love, the deeper his love becomes once he reaches it. Saying no to games opens the door to real connection. A woman who decides she's done with the emotional games, the mind tricks, and the endless back and forth doesn't lose anything. She gains her peace, her clarity, and her power. See, the problem today is that too many people confuse attention with love and games with chemistry. But games only keep you stuck in confusion. Real connection, real love requires honesty, consistency, and effort. When a woman stops entertaining the games a man plays, ignoring her for attention, coming back when he's bored, giving mixed signals, she sends a loud message. I'm not here for drama, I'm here for direction. And that message shakes a man awake. At first, a man might test her boundaries just to see if she really means it. He might pull away to see if she chases or go silent to see if she reacts. But when she doesn't play along, when she stays calm, centered, and focused on herself, something changes in him. He realizes she's not like the rest. She's not addicted to confusion. That peace she carries becomes attractive because it feels rare. And when something feels rare, it feels valuable. A man starts to see that with her. He can't manipulate his way into love. He's got to be real. He's got to be consistent. Every game ends when one person refuses to play. When a woman says, no more, she takes control of her energy. She's no longer giving power to situations that drain her or to men who don't know what they want. She's protecting her heart not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Because once you've been through enough confusion, you start to crave peace more than passion. You start to realize that being loved right feels better than being chased wrong. And when a man senses that calm confidence, He either steps up or steps out, and either way she wins. When a woman